Hello, so today I would like to share with you follow-up for previous video that I spoke about like sexual demons and parasites, and in this video I mentioned it last time that I wanted to explore more of like what astral parasites are and talk about certain, I believe, misconceptions about also lower astral and contact with the ETs and stuff like that. And also, not just that, but I want to tell you just how astral parasites function, work. There are going to be several things or that I want to address that I see in a spiritual community and I don't resonate with, and what I'm going to share with you is based on my experiences throughout many years, and the link, one special link that I'm going to speak probably towards the end, because I need to process information, a lot of information, until I get to like point when I want to make a certain link that I like over the 10 plus years, I don't know, 15 maybe, I don't know, years, when I discovered this, I didn't see almost anyone speak about this, and it's almost like people are not aware of it. There were only two instances, two videos throughout the time that I saw that someone was actually getting this as well, and I want to share it with you, be another one, although my reach is also like very very poor, but still I hope that it will help someone, to click into certain ideas or even feelings that you had and maybe you were not sure. So in this video I would like to go through a lot of stuff, so let's get into it. I'm of course having notes like last time because this is a big topic. Let's start with the astral parasites and lower astral. So there is a misconception about about non-physical reality. I will say it this way, like non-physical reality, and it was going around for like a long time that our 3D world is like lowest, densest, and blah blah. So it has to be like lowest vibration, and everything non-physical is vibration higher, and that's in my experience not true. And also what I was being shown by Shayla throughout channeling sessions was that we are living in a certain holographic, in a way, reality that is being created as dense in an information level, but not on a vibrational level. It's like when you imagine like a scale from very lowest vibrations to like divine God, source, and we are somewhere like here, like our reality, 3D reality, this construct that we are living in is like a slice, just one slice, thin slice in all the level of vibrations, and we are here, So there are denser and low vibrational energies below our vibration, and that's lower astral. And that is also where astral parasites are. Astral parasites are like different type of consciousness. It can be like it can be lost souls. It can be like emotional constructs, thought patterns, they solidify, and it could be like trauma that people leave after they pass and so on. So many different things, but it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just mechanism that is important and how they function. And so one thing that I also want to address is Bashar was talking about this, he is mentioning or using the word lower astral. I don't know what he means by that, but for me, lower astral is this realm that has no color, is vibrational lower, and this is where the worst energies are based, and they are influencing us, let's say, from lower vibrations. And ET contact is not going to happen in lower astral, I understand that he was trying probably to say like he was also saying like in between like vibrations, like we need to get a little bit higher, it is can get lower. That's the concept that he was sharing. But he started to call it lower astral, but lower astral is not the right word. Yeah, and lower astral is a very dark place, and it influences us. And what we are trying to do, like in our incarnation, regardless of ET contact or whatever, to raise above it. So our vibration, our spiritual growth can be so strong and so profound that these levels are not going to be intervening, influencing us in a negative ways. So basically, good ETs are trying to, and also guides or whatever spiritual higher vibrational beings are trying to teach us to like develop ourselves spiritually, so we rise above, so these levels are not going to influence us. So also another thing is that I have been seeing in spiritual community, unfortunately, some people who have quite a big reach, like a lot of followers, are doing this, and I don't like it, that they are talking about soul wars, like war on our souls and stuff like that. That's actually fear-mongering, it's fear-based, and they talk about this constantly because they are unfortunately under influence of them. They are presenting themselves like, yeah, we are like high vibration, they're attacking us because we have, like a light and blah blah, and they want to steal our light. And that's why I personally as well am constantly bombarded by these dark entities, and they want to harm me because I am so advanced, I mean, like, oh my god. This is delusional, this is narcissistic. And when this happens, it's like this person is not honest with themselves. These people they are not growing personally, and basically what is happening because of their delusionment, they are actually very, and this is why it's happening, they are very open to these parasites, and they become eventually, especially when they are put on pedestal as like spiritual gurus or something like that, and they are constantly talking about this, they are sending out vibration. They are their agents, basically. They became their agents, so influenced by them that they are basically channeling those astral parasites through them each time they are talking about spiritual wars or like soul wars and like star seeds. This is the thing that I want to suggest. Like, yes, these levels are real, they exist. Anyone can be influenced by it, doesn't matter, like all people are influenced by them. But if you're spiritual or something like that, and also in the last video I was talking about, when I was talking about these sexual demons, I went a little bit more into depth of like what happens to the people when they let these beings in. So maybe you should go watch that video. So I'm not going to go into such depth. But yes, they basically become their like agents, and they are then spreading the vibes, and they're infecting even more people. And it's not because they're special, these levels just exist, and you need to realize the mechanism. These beings, and I met them as well, I was in a lower astral, and they're like, they remind me of like this hand that was in Harry Potter when he went into Diagon Alley, not the dark alley. I don't know how is it in English. We called it dark alley in Slovak. And he there was like this hand, like on a statue, and he put his it was, I think, like this, and he put his hand in it, and it immediately grabbed him. So they're like that, they're unconscious. They cannot control themselves. It's just their instincts. They are what they are, And when you see them, like that, and like they cannot really attack you if you are in your full power and you completely understand them. And you don't need to have bad feelings about them as well. It's just know that they exist and this is how it is. But again, more you are in going into like this, like, yeah, it exists, that there is a war, you know, like you are just feeding, you're opening your energy field for them, you know. This is what they want. They want disruptive emotions, thoughts, and everything. That's the way they get into you. So yeah, to it also describe lower astral. So as I said, it's black and white. There is no color. It's yeah, deceptive, sluggish. There is like a very sluggish energy, like movement there, and it's also somewhat like hedonistic. There is no growth basically. So they're like whatever comes, like, yeah, like let's enjoy it. There is zero spiritual growth or want for growth there. And yeah, it's obviously place of these parasites and mimics as well. There are mimics as well. And many people who have dark experiences, they have parasites, connections with the astral parasites. They can appear in a different way. They I think I will move it to my next side of the page. So they use your subconsciousness and your beliefs, so they can appear as a grace. Like if you have negative not just experience but beliefs about grace, and they, for example, know that it will work for you, that you will start shitting about them and stuff like that, and again, like going into this, like, oh, I'm so pure and they are attacking me or whatever, they will use, they will mimic grace, you know. They may not be even real grace. They're parasites, and they can be also other stuff, you know. They can appear like this like a sluggy frog type of beings. They can appear like dementors from Harry Potter. The like one I faced once, he literally, yeah, he was black and white, like there was no color, but he looked like his face was completely scarred, like very ugly, you know. And so yeah, like but yeah, he didn't attack me because I was very conscious in the moment and I was fully grounded. And I even went in the experience like to shake his hand, and I was like, yeah, I see you, like I accept you. And he was like immediately, he was like so grabby, you know, like he wanted to grab my hand, like like to pull me, like I was like each time when I felt it, like I was like, no, let's try it again, like to equally like shake hand. No, he was again like, I felt this like very grabby, you know, like energy from it, and I was like, then like he again was trying, and I was like, you know, let's not do this, you know. So, and then I left, you know, left the level, you know. I went into higher dimension, higher level. So yeah, like they cannot control themselves. That's what I'm also trying to say. And again, like all people are under their influence, you know. Just because someone is more, let's say, open, someone can perceive them or feel them. Our field is more open. It doesn't mean that it means like they are more advanced. They are still in the level like most like unconscious people, those NPCs are, you know, and they are sucking energy from everyone. The thing is that, yeah, I'm going into more of like how they function, and this level existed for probably for very, very long time, ancient, and they are collective, and they actually, like, yeah, you definitely can pass these parasites, not pass really, but they stay with your family, you know, and probably many other families, but like your family most likely have like the same parasites like for like generations back, because they know exactly how trauma passes in your family. They influence them to behave in a specific way. They know how to inflict trauma. They influence them to give you trauma, and then they will be sucking you and so on. So yeah, their goal is to also create traumas so they can create holes in your auric field, and they are feeding through those holes. So they, especially for people who are unconscious, they identify with their traumas, their certain cravings or whatever. They think it's them, but actually it's something, yeah, that they don't see, that they are not awakened to. So what they are trying to do is like infuse you with the feelings, thoughts and emotions, and they are, they can be even subtle. When people are unconscious of it, they are trying their best to not be seen, and more unconscious you are about like external influences, and you are accepting it like, I have a feeling to, I don't know, smoke right now, and that's creating issues within your auric field. Oh, I have a feeling to eat something toxic or do something else toxic for myself, whatever, or not just on a level of like physical body, it definitely is like working, but it can be also like thinking about yourself in some low vibrational way, or how to say it, self-deprecating way. And they definitely use, like, as I said, like your subconsciousness and your traumas, they put thoughts into you the way that they will know that you will identify them as your own. That's their strategy. It's like I wrote down, like, it's like a parasite mafia. Like they're really great in doing this. It's like, mafia that, as I said, like it's like through generations, and they perfected their manipulation, and they know exactly how they function, or how to get what they need. And now I'm getting into one specific link that I haven't heard. Like as I said, like I haven't heard it almost anywhere, just in 2 videos over like many years. And the link is Chichi. And the link is that they have access, like how everything, like macrocosm, what is above is below, blah blah, whatever, so they manifest even in our physical reality. Parasites, parasites, bad bacteria and parasites in your gut, in your physical body, they use it. Those are like their little drones, let's say, little probes, and they use them as a gateway as well to your physical body, to disrupt, to cause inflammation and everything that will create holes within your most dense part of your etheric body. Our auric body is etheric body, that is your physical body's level of energy, and they create holes there. And there is also another way, like, and they direct gut, because gut it's not like your brain, your mind, but even science is saying like gut is second brain, and it's true that they even found like there are even neurons, like it's almost like yes, literally another second brain, but you don't have a normal consciousness there, like when you have it like in your brain or in your head, when you are thinking everything, it's not conscious part of you. So they are influencing that, and the gut is influencing definitely your brain. It translates into like, right now I feel like doing this toxic thing and so on, and like I feel like they also want to trick you into like, suit yourself, like give this to yourself, you deserve it, and how many like this like patterns people have, like, I did something, like for example I went to exercise, I had such a good workout, and I deserve, I don't know, beer and hamburger or something like that, so these are like typical human patterns. But again, this is like such amazing, complicated, created sabotage, on a energetic level from these parasites. But again, getting back into like what this all is like, when we incarnate here, we know what this school is about, but when we are here, nobody knows, and this is, oh my god, what is my cat doing? Oh god, I had to ignore her, but she's doing something I haven't seen her do before, so she's distracting me. And she's walking on this plastic, big bag. Yeah, so it's a little bit distracting. So yeah, they functioned for a very long time, and so yeah, when I get back to bacteria, they have a link into your nervous system. They can trigger cravings, when you, and this is also what people discover, when you never tried experiments with your diet and getting healthier, and really working on your gut flora, fauna, biome, gut biome, then you will know. And I made several videos on this, last year, and almost no one watched it. That was yeah, people just don't give a shit about diet. And I already gave you tools on how to bring your body into healthier state, and this is the reason why you should care about it, because bad bacteria in gut, they are creating toxins that are disrupting your gut. It creates leaky gut, it creates IBS and other stuff. It's caused all by these toxins that are creating, because they eat sugar, they eat bread, they eat flour, they eat meat and stuff like that. And just adding more green salads, proper, not just pills or whatever, green pills, just getting proper prebiotics in your system, when your gut will start healing, you will sense you stop craving unhealthy stuff, because you don't have those bacteria there. Bacteria are creating cravings, plus your traumas. And as I said, this is the link, everyone in a diet community knows about this. Yes, when you clean your gut and so on, you stop craving stuff, but they don't link it with the traumas and astral parasites. So this is the link that is rarely discussed, that it's literally a whole very big scale of stuff. The thing is, when someone has a lot of traumas and they're trying a healthy diet, they fail if they don't address, energetic part, traumas. And again, people maybe focusing on healing themselves and traumas and so on, and never actually do anything with their diet. This is link that is important to understand, that you will be sabotaging your psychological and emotional healing if you are not addressing physical part of bad bacteria and gut biome and so on. You will stagnate with your healing. And if you are just trying to heal your physical body without, again, addressing energetic side and understanding even these invisible influences from astral parasites, I think this is important to understand in entirety, so you can actually understand your process, your healing process, and symptoms even that you have sometimes, because sometimes it can be right now I am doing a healthy diet, but I have this strange urges, thoughts and blah blah. I heard many years ago, my friend once told me, when I was doing raw food diet, that he knew someone who was on raw food diet, and then she was dreaming about meat, and she thought she started to eat cooked and meat because she had the dreams, and she was yeah, probably because my body was missing it. It was signaling me I need this, so I started to eat it. I mean, oh my god. For example, what happened there, and I had stuff like this happen to me as well. It's your body, as it's cleaning and so on, it releases, because when you are eating, for example, let's say meat, it is eating energies as well. They get stuck in your physical body, in your cells. So when you are eating healthy and healing, body is destroying slowly certain cells, you know, and replacing them with healthy ones. And eventually, at some point, like a few months into, for example, raw food diet or whatever, something like this definitely can happen. And it releases not just the energy of the meat, for example, that you once ate, but also why you ate it, the trauma and everything. That's why it can, when it's get released, it can seem like, oh my god, this is bad or something, but it's just the release, and you just need to stick and continue, you know. And so if you want to achieve like the perfect health when you are traumatized and doing something for your body, like awareness and knowledge of this is, in my opinion, important part of like for success, you know. So yeah, I'm checking my notes here. So yeah, like what you can expect again, like when you start, for example, like yeah, like healing and this everything, like to bring it into like simpler, you know, like what my advice is, like when you have a problem with astral parasites, definitely I would say like focus on your diet, because when you deal with the bad bacteria in your gut, it will definitely help you to strengthen your field. Your mind will get calmer, and you are not going to be so obsessed with the certain ideas that they are infecting you with, and you would feel like maybe they will be appearing, but you would feel like you have a choice. You are able to choose not to act on it. So it's going to be weaker and weaker. So I would definitely go about it through diet and body first, and not just diet, also exercise and going into nature. And the exercise is also strengthening your body's energy field, so that is also important. Combining good diet with the exercise and heavy lifting or something like that, that is important. And maybe even breath work, but I mean, like, these are minimum, I would say, diet and exercise. And yeah, then later, like, becoming more aware of your patterns, you know, and going into, because yeah, these parasites are rooting for your unconsciousness and habits. But then yeah, like another level of healing is like finding out like why you do certain things, what your hurts are, what your traumas are, what the needs are, what the lack of something is that you are trying to feed through different sources of addictions in a way. And yeah, so yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, in the next video I will probably, yeah, I need to think about like what I actually want to say, but I want to process information about like empaths, you know, and so I cannot tell you right now what it's going to be about. But yeah, as a very strong empath, I had like a lot of funny experiences with the people, and this is going to be focused on people, like empath and influences and stuff like that, certain quantum stuff that is being difficult to deal with the people, and also bring some more awareness to certain functions, you know, of like energy fields, energies, influences, and yeah, it's going to be based again on something that I also had to learn throughout years, you know, and had to become more aware. And yeah, like in overall, it's like I would say like the base of like true spiritual healing or growth is about like finding out what is false light and not good information that is just leading you to avoidance, escapism. And you know, once someone even told me like escapism is overrated or something like that, the word like overused or something. That is bad sign. That is a bad sign when you need to say that, because it's not. It's absolutely not. This is, yeah, it is spiritual warfare in a certain way if you want to look at it that way, like what's going on. But again, like I try to deliver it to you like in a way like you don't have to be afraid of it, just do the right stuff. You are more powerful than them, you know, and they are not going to be influencing you, if you know, and yeah, just bring yourself out of it through also proper mindset. And I wouldn't say that saying like escapism, for example, is overused and overrated is the right mindset, for example. So yeah, yeah, you just need to question yourself. You question your tendencies and what you are ignoring within yourself. You know, that's, yeah, because for example, like for me, and I don't like people, I don't like keeping people who are not addressing their flaws. Like it's not about like I need people to be perfect around me. I need people to be more conscious, and I don't like keeping around me people who are excusing their toxicity in some way, you know. And even for me, I know my flaws and I know they are there. Sometimes, yeah, I chose in the past, maybe I will still in the future, to not deal with them, but I am fully conscious of my responsibility about these flaws or my choices, even when I pick, let's say, sometimes less aligned choice. It's, I know, yeah, I just know it's like I go with it like with more awareness that this is fully my choice as well right now to be, so I'm not avoiding accountability, you know. And like, yeah, for example, people I didn't like to keep in my life was type of like, so yeah, I'm going through something emotional or releasing and dealing with something dark, and I'm noticing like awareness is coming like from my body, like I want to eat chocolate, you know. And I don't want people to give a safe space to me by telling me, yourself a chocolate, you don't need to be so harsh on yourself all the time, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, like if I am lactose intolerant, it's full of sugar, it will cause disruption in my gut and so on. Why are you supporting me in this? So I don't want, for example, people in my life who will support my toxic traits. And how to go about that is like, maybe like a better answer would be like, yeah, just feel it, stay in presence with it, you know. You have feeling of having chocolate, but just, yeah, try to just, yeah, for example, what worked for me as well when I was working with myself with cravings is like, yeah, okay, I have this feeling like I crave something, but I will give myself like, yeah, if I will still crave it tomorrow, I will buy it. And usually by next day I don't crave it anymore. With the pizza, that was a different story, but I discovered something there that I was able to shift, and I no longer crave pizza, and so that's the win. And it happened last year, so I finally overcame that. And it was, yeah, definitely I needed to, let's say, discover my blockage, or blockage is something where a certain divine energy cannot flow through, you know. So there was a blockage that I needed to release to allow my energy flow through it in a different way. And when I discovered that, yeah, I lost all craving for a pizza, for example, you know. And at some point I was like, do I even want like not crave pizza and stuff like that, you know. You have to be, yeah, very, very conscious and work with yourself, like question stuff, be very aware of like what's going on, and just try to go about it in a healthy way that it is directed towards growth. Because like, for example, if I would just be like, oh, I feel like having chocolate, so I will just have it, where is the growth there? Where is some kind of discovery? Like, go beyond your usual habits, what you would usually do, and just, you know. And yeah, maybe I will try, there's another, you know, idea that is coming, that I could talk about, like how to maybe like tactics on like overcoming bad diet, you know, because I know there are many people and they also come to me sometimes for advices, and I know people. So I used several different techniques on myself as well in past, so I could share something about that as well, like how to overcome certain stuff. And yeah, like, but still the most important part is like this video that I'm sharing with you, to be aware of all mechanisms like that are happening, you know. And when you are more aware of it, you will have knowledge, and when you remember it in certain moments, you will be able to more recognize like what's going on right now with me when I'm trying to free myself from certain chains, you know. And so I think this is important, you know, for you to know, and that's why I'm sharing it, you know. And it's probably not for everyone to, because not everyone has like that strong feeling of like getting out of this type of influences, and it's definitely for just chosen ones. just for chosen ones. And so are you chosen one? You know. Yeah, but again, like it's not even about that, you know. There is a timing. You may not feel ready right now, and you could be feeling more ready in few years. And yeah, so important part, I would say, yes, definitely not as well trying to maybe push too much on like something, but with the awareness of what I said in this video is like, yeah, just even if you are not feeling ready, just start there, you know, like why, what is holding you back, you know, and try to process that. What are the blockages that are not allowing you to want to do this, to be more aware of like, or owning your toxic choices and stuff like that, you know. Start questioning that, like start where you can, you know. What is the first thing that you need to deal with in order to get somewhere, you know. And for many people it is just asking yourselves why I don't want to acknowledge this, why I don't want to do this, and so on. And that was, for example, for me, like if I knew in my mind I wanted to do something, I knew this would be great for me, but why I was avoiding it, why I didn't, you know, want to do it. So yeah, yeah, again, I hope that this video will help you, because it's knowledge that leads to more self-empowerment, and then having more choice, you know, gives you choice, and more choices will be available for you when you will understand what's going on, you know. Less unconscious, more awareness, and that will bring you more choice, you know. So okay, so I'm not going to prolong this video anymore, and so yeah, let's see you in the next one, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.